You think it's hard being a black man in this world? Try for 5 minutes living in it as a black woman. Every move I make gotta be iron fucking clad, or these is gonna chew me up and spit me out. And that ain't happening to me. You can't understand that? It ain't nothing left for us to talk about.
I knew you were a killer. I also believed you wanted out.
What if it's too late?
I sent Buckley to kill Kane.
You won't fight to be my guest, but I won't be there.
Only one episode before the season finale.
An officer is dead, and I want to know why.
The bluff field is no good for him anyway.
Keep going, man!
I hope you're ready for what's coming.
FX's Snowfall.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Snowfall, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about Snowfall Season 5, Episode 9. This is the final prediction. So down below, I want you guys to give me your final predictions for tonight's episode. Once again, let's go over the description of the episode. Now, the title of the episode is called Departures. The description of the episode reads, Jerome and Louis separate themselves from Franklin. So those are the key elements of tonight's episode. We already know what happened in episode 8. It was crazy, right? Real crazy. And Aunt Louis, she's going to be going on her own path with Uncle Jerome. And I got a feeling she's going to be faced with those consequences of her actions. We know based off what she has set up, it ain't looking too good. And she's going to try to fix things. But we know your boy Franklin and Aunt Louis and Uncle Jerome, they ain't going to be on good terms. So we going to see if Aunt Louis can fix these things by herself. Now, I would have already had this video made for you guys. I was actually waiting for them to release some exclusive pictures for episode 9. And they didn't release anything yet. I mean, they could release some later on, but as the making of this video, they never released those pictures. And then usually they release them like a day before the episode airs. So that way I had the video ready for you guys early. But they didn't release them. I tried to wait, but it is what it is. We're going to talk about what we can in this episode based off the trailer and just give those final predictions. So let's just go over the trailer one final time. Now, my final predictions for your boy Franklin based off what we have saw in the trailer. We know he is leaving. I mean, the episode is called Departures, so he's going to be going on a trip, and I'm trying to figure out if he's going to be going on a trip with Veronique. But what I do know is based off the trailer, Veronique will question him about what he is doing, talking about, I know you are a killer. Yes, he is. And she wants him to leave all of this. Franklin understands that it's probably too late. Well, it ain't no probably. It is a little bit too late. Ain't no leaving it. So even though Franklin may have some disagreements and some issues with Aunt Louis as far as what she's done, I told you guys, her issues will become Franklin's issues because she's dealing with Teddy as well. So regardless of what is going to go down, her actions of setting up Kane and things like that is going to come back on Franklin somehow, some way, in my opinion. So Franklin is going to have to figure out a way to fix all of this, clean up her mess, which is going to cause more issues down the line between the both of them. Now, my final predictions for your boy Gustavo. As I continue to tell you guys each and every week, I believe Gustavo is the key to Franklin being able to have the upper hand on Teddy and maybe Aunt Louis. But we do know Aunt Louis did state that she's going to tell Franklin the truth about what she's done with Teddy or whatever. So regardless of that, Gustavo would definitely be the key for Franklin to overcome Teddy, in my opinion. Based off what we saw this season, we know Franklin looked out for him. So I'm expecting Gustavo to do the same for him down the line. And we only got 2 more episodes left. So hopefully in this episode, we see a little bit more intel on how Gustavo is really trying to move. Now, final predictions on Aunt Louis and your boy Leon. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, we know Aunt Louis done screwed up. She done put out the hit on Kane. She's telling him she's done it after Leon already told her he don't want Detective Bucko doing that, especially to somebody that helped raise him. I mean, he got that respect for Kane no matter what, and he would rather do it himself. But for her to go out there and do this, and on top of it, for Kane to survive, that's going to be an issue. And we know Aunt Louis is going to try to fix this. But, you know, I doubt Leon really wants to get involved in this mess that Aunt Louis has got herself in. But at the end of the day, I told you guys, her mess will become Franklin's mess. Her mess will become Leon's mess. Because if Kane does survive, I'm pretty sure he's going to come back on them. I'm pretty sure Officer or Detective Bucko is going to come back on her as well, especially seeing that Kane will survive and one of his officers will get hit. And as I told you guys in my last video about this episode, we talked about Kane being in the hospital bed. I believe this is him, and I believe there's going to be some consequences. And I want to know what Franklin is talking to him about. This is why I say, based on what's going to happen in this episode, is going to determine everything. Will Kane come back and do something? And then, of course, Franklin comes back on him. Regardless of what does happen, I believe it's going to be a negative effect by planning out that hit on him, which was stupid. We know this, especially after Leon has already squashed it for the time being. And I even explained that I don't trust Kane 100%, but still, if you could neutralize him for the moment and stop all the drama, I mean, that's what you got to do. I mean, it makes no sense to be going to war if you don't have to. But I believe based off the trailer, Leon will talk to Franklin about this, about the issues that's going on with Aunt Louie, Detective Bucko, and Kane, and all the drama. Of course, Franklin is not on that anymore, especially based off the last episode. He kind of had a coming to Jesus moment. He kind of sees everything a little bit more clear now, right? And he is not going to want to get involved in any of this. He's like, look, I'm out. Like, I'm good. But as I told you, he's not going to be good. He's not going to be able to step away because those actions that Aunt Louie has done will get back to him somehow, some way, just like Franklin's actions, what he done in the last season, got back to everyone else that was a part of his organization, right? We already know what happened. Remember, Franklin came at Scully and them. Scully said, you know what? I am taking out anybody that's connected to Franklin. So he came at Leon. So what do you think is going to happen when Kane gets attacked? How is he going to feel? He's going to be like, okay, I got hit. This had to be Franklin or whatever. Maybe, maybe not. But if he believes Franklin had anything to do with this, he's going to come back on him. Now, I'm hoping that your boy Kane doesn't see it that way. I hope everything will be good between the two, especially after their history. I mean, we don't want to see too many bodies getting dropped off, especially if they had that brotherhood with each other, right? So hopefully that does happen, but we know it's probably not going to happen, right? Now, my final predictions for Detective Bucko. This guy right here is going to be very, very upset because this whole hit on Kane is going to backfire because one of his boys is going to get dropped off, right? And we already know his boss is going to be on his case telling him, you messed up. You better fix it. You better give me someone because I'm not going to sit up here and allow this to happen, right? And when that does happen, Detective Bucko is going to lose it. I'm going to tell you that right now, y'all. So get ready. This dude is going to lose it. He's not going to be playing around. He's not going to, have any patience when it comes to having conversation with Aunt Louie. And he's going to take out his frustrations on the community. Just like we saw, I believe in like episode 1 or 2, this dude was going off, having those different raids in people's houses and stuff like that. Just expect him to be on one in this episode. Now, my final predictions for your boy Avi, it ain't looking too good for him, y'all. I hope he's going to be okay, but based off the trailer, it's not looking good. And he can be getting some backlash based off that wedding. We know that Sissy had the KGB dude there. We know the DEA dude was there as well. So they're probably going to try to, come at your boy Avi, which if they do, it's going to be bad news. And I hope he's able to escape this, but it's not looking good. I hope Avi is just able to survive the season in general because he's an OG, man. And, him and Franklin got a good relationship and I don't want to see him go. But it's definitely not looking good for your boy Avi. Now, at the end of the trailer, we can see your boy Leon. He's telling Aunt Louie, I hope you're ready for what's to come. Well, she better be ready. As I told you guys earlier, all this mess that she has caused, she's going to see it firsthand. The aftermath, those consequences, making those deals behind Franklin's back. And, also setting up the deal with Kane. That's entirely too much. As I told you guys in the past, all Aunt Louie had to do was just step away. If you didn't want to work with Franklin, you should have just left. Work with the Colombians or whatever. But don't do it behind his back. Then you're talking about, oh, I'm going to tell him, but you're going to tell him after you already done it. So it's going to be some backlash that way. And her and Uncle Jerome, they're going to separate themselves completely from Franklin. But as Leon has always told Franklin, let them do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? If they mess up, they come running back. Well, Aunt Louie's already messed up. She's already messed up. And we don't want to bash Aunt Louie because, as I told you guys before, she's made some great decisions in the past. And as of right now, she's made some bad decisions. So just like Franklin, she has to be held accountable for her actions. And she's going to have to deal with those consequences because you already know it's about to go down, y'all. It's about to go down. This is about to go completely left. She thought she had it all good or whatever, but it's not going to be the case. I mean, I'm hoping that the family can come together and stay good, but from the looks of it, it seems like it's going to be, a big deal with the family. And based off how it's going, it may be a whole family war in the future, but they need to stick together, at least as of right now, to eliminate those threats, because if they don't, I'm going to tell you right now, your boy Teddy, he's going to wipe them away just like that. And that's why I'm hoping your boy Gustavo was able to step up and help Franklin deal with Teddy. But we gonna see, man. I think your boy Franklin will be on some chill type, moods in this episode. Based on episode 8, he just trying to relax, man. He ain't trying to be going through all the mess no more. But unfortunately, the mess is gonna come right to him, and we already know he's gonna have to deal with it. But you guys, leave your final predictions down below. Let me know exactly what you think is gonna happen in tonight's episode. I will catch you guys tonight after the episode airs for the Quick Thoughts Early Impressions, man. It's going to be a great one, man, and I cannot wait. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.